What up, what up, what up, good people? It's your boy BTG, aka Bustem Guns, back at you again. So we got that Radian RamJet for the 19X comparison going for you. Let's get the housekeeping out of the way. This video is for educational purposes only. We are in a safe and controlled environment. We're not selling any firearms, nor are we selling any accessories. We're not promoting the sale of any firearms, nor are we promoting the sale of any accessories. This is just a product review of my own personal equipment. All right, so if you're new to the channel, welcome. Appreciate you stopping by. If you enjoy the content, hopefully you'll hit that subscribe button and come back and see us. If you're a returning viewer, I appreciate the support. Appreciate you being along for the ride, and we're going to keep this journey going. So let's go ahead and get into it. So I put a short out there on this earlier. After the range, we took this bad boy out. This is the Radian RamJet that we're going to run on the Glock 19X. This is magazine empty. Weapon is empty. We like to put that mag back in there for aesthetics. So this is the 19X that I've had for a while. This bad boy, I did a full review on this on the channel, so if you're looking for more details, check that out, but it's pretty straightforward. Streamlight, we got the Hollis and SCS on there. That is the factory 19 round magazine, and we got the handle grip setup on here. So the RamJet we finally added, kind of late to the party on this. Been considering it for quite some time. The stars finally lined up. So we got us one of these RamJets. So we took this bad boy out to run it. But we wanted to have something to compare it to. So this here, standard Glock. This is actually Glock 23, but same size slide, shorter frame. But I've got this set up with the conversion barrel. So running 9mm in here. This particular setup, if you're not familiar with it, it's a universal package. If you do want 3-in-1, you could get the Glock 23, which is the 40 cal, but they also have conversion barrels where you can shoot either 9mm or you can shoot 357 SIG. So I've got both of the other barrels. I keep this set up, and let me go ahead and clear it, my bad. Magazine's empty. Weapon is empty. Put that mag back in for aesthetics. So this is set up with the Warrior Land laser light combo. I do use this for home defense. So this is a nightstand gun. And this bad boy, I keep it set up in the 357 SIG configuration. So this mag here is actually for the SIG. So I got the Turn Tactical base pad. So that gives you 16 rounds at 357 SIG. So that's a nice setup there. Nice hard hitting round. The irons on there is plenty enough because I'm pretty much going to be using the laser if I need it for home defense. So that's what we're working with. This is our comparison. We put the 9mm barrel in there and we took this bad boy out. It's been an ongoing debate, usually for those that haven't shot it, as to whether the RamJet is really effective. I had not shot anything with the RamJet on it. I've seen plenty of previews, videos, people talking about it, but had not had firsthand experience. So this was going to be my first time checking it out. To just kind of give you a side-by-side and myself a side-by-side to see if the juice is worth the squeeze, as they say. So we're going to head out to the range. This is going to pretty much be on the range, all this footage. When we come back in-house, it'll pretty much be the wrap-up. So we started out, I just ran some slow shots, just picked a couple of targets and just ran this bad boy just to get it on camera with the recoil and to kind of get the feel in hand of the recoil. Started out with the 19X and then switched to the regular 19 and then loaded up and then ran some double taps. So double tap and then I think we double tapped out, but it's not a long time on the range. So we're going to jump out to the range, let you check out that footage. I think it's visible to the naked eye. It's definitely evident to the hand, but I think it's visible to the naked eye. But let's jump out to the range and then we'll come back in and wrap up. So we're out here. 19X with the Radian RamJet. We've already ran short, so we know that we're dialed in. We got the 19 without the RamJet, so I'm going to play with this target a little bit, and then we'll switch out and get us a fresh target. So we're going to go top left target. Not sure how many rounds left in this mag, but we got a fresh mag over there. We should be lined up there. Top left target is where we're going. Much, but stay on that top left. nice and flat. A little left. I think I might be pulling it. It's shooting slightly, but that gives us an idea where we are. We're going to shoot that right target, regular 19. We're running with irons here. Reload. Stay on that right top target. Definitely snappy. Definitely snappy. I'd say it's a noticeable difference. Really doing this thing. We've got, reload this mag real quick here. The bottom right target. Yeah, she's got a little pop to her. Let's go a direct comparison. Right back at it with the RamJet. And we're going to move over to that left target, bottom. Wow, that is a big difference. That is a real big difference. That's a significant difference. I don't think there's really any debate that RamJet is really having a massive reduction in recoil. I don't think there's a need. Well, I'll tell you what we'll do. We're going to load up these mags and just do some double taps, and we'll run it right there. Because I don't think there's a need to drag this out. To the feel of the hand, it is easily determined that the RamJet is having a drastic reduction in recoil. You really feel the snap without it, but as soon as you switch over, it just flattens right out. So, they're a little bit pricey. But once you experience the technology, then you got to agree that it's worth the investment. So especially if you are a Glock person, you shoot a lot of Glocks, and if you're a fan of the 19 or 19X, then you really would want to make that move. That would be money well spent. So, load that way up, and we're going to double tap just to get a little bit of comparison, running it somewhat quick, and then we'll wrap it right there, and we'll finish it up on the tabletop. But this is not designed to be scientific. It's more of a direct hand-felt comparison and a little bit of the camera, for what the camera's delivering. But I'd say it's likely coming through on camera as well. I'll know once I look back at it. But yeah. So let's run out. We'll run out the 19 first. Double tap out without the RamJet. So we'll go dead center. Okay. And then we'll finish it off with the RamJet. Same thing, dead center. Okay. So we're gonna wrap it up there. I'll see you back on the tabletop. All right. So as you can see, well, as I assume you can see, just let me know in the comments what you think. I think this is definitely a massive reduction in recoil. More than you would think. I expected some reduction, but the feel of the hand, I don't know if the video does justice to the difference of the feel in the hand. This bad boy runs like really flat with this RamJet. This particular, well, with the 357, this bad boy is super sticky. So if they make a RamJet for the 357, I'm going to be all on that. But this is a nice unit. It's not that it's super aggressive. It's just the RamJet tames it down. You know, you feel the difference. I think this is a game changer. If you're somebody that does not really want to modify your firearm, this is like a nice quick change because all you're doing is swapping the barrel. You know, only tool needed is a Torx bit to tighten that lug down, and they supply that with the barrel and the afterburner. So this is like a easy upgrade, and I mean a super upgrade. This is not just a modification. This is definitely an upgrade. So if you've got something that you're looking to do a quick enhancement on, and it seems to be dependable. I mean, this is still the factory spring. I had no issues, no failure to feeds, so no need to change it from my experience. So hopefully you'd have the same experience, but I had no issue with the factory spring. It ran fine. So I think this is definitely a cop. So if you consider it's a little pricey, and that's probably keeping a lot of people from picking it up, kept me from picking it up for a while. But once you experience it, as I said in the video, then yeah, it's worth the investment. It is definitely worth the investment. This, because I mean, I ported a few guns now, and I felt the difference after. You definitely get the reduction, but this seems like this is more of a reduction than a port job. Now, if you take this and combine it with some ports, then that's straight up game changer there. So, yeah. So, there you have it. Ports are not that expensive. This is actually more expensive than a port job, but if you combine the two, then yeah, you got yourself something on your hands. But I'm not going to hold you. This was designed to be a quick video. Just want to wrap it up. I did the tabletop when I installed it, so I just wanted to give you some range time on it and let you see exactly what was what. So hit me up in the comments. Let me know what you think. If you can see it in the video, I think it's noticeable. I kind of watched some of the footage back. I think it's noticeable, but it's definitely noticeable in the hand. So if you got any questions, hit me in the comments. Other than that, it's your boy BTG, aka Bust Them Guns. Check me out on the other platforms at Bust Them Guns, Instagram, Facebook, as well as Rumble. And until next time, holla.